Hi everyone! It's been a really long time since I posted last, but there is a good reason for that. I am a mom now, and that is going to be the premise of this video. So, when I was pregnant, I didn't know anybody personally at the time who was a paraplegic, who had a child, and I didn't know how my pregnancy would go. I didn't know what my motherhood journey would look like. There were simple things that I didn't even think about until I was pregnant. There was a lot of things to navigate. So I'm making this video for people who have became parents after getting paralyzed, or people who are paralyzed and want to be parents, you know? So I have some tips and some things that really help you out. And everything that I talk about I will put in the description. So first, one thing that I struggled with was keeping balance and picking my baby up off the floor. I need to hold on back here in order to pick stuff off the floor because I don't have that core strength to get back up. Anyways, so there's this really nice thing. It's like a baby hammock with handles on it, and it keeps them nice and safe. It closes them up. It's called a snuggle bundle, and it was really nice for after my C-section, when I would try to get her out of the bed while I was in my chair. I would just put her on the snuggle bundle and lift her out onto my lap nice and safely. And then there was also, for tummy time, getting her on the floor, roll her off onto her belly, and then roll her back on into the snuggle bundle, pick her up all safely, and I can hold on, grab with one arm, pick her up. It was so nice and very handy. I used it until she could sit up on her own, until she could hold on to my wheel and lift herself. Then once she was able to lift herself a little bit or sit up, I would just grab the back of her pants and lift her onto my chair, which is what I do now. So you really find ways to adapt. So I was scared about taking my daughter to the doctor's appointments, going up by myself, and how am I gonna take her? Because for me personally, I can't take the car seat on my lap and wheel at the same time. I just don't have that balance, and I just couldn't, and I didn't feel safe doing that anyways. But there's this wonderful thing called a LapBaby, specifically made to hold your babies on your lap, hold your toddlers on your lap. It goes around your stomach, and then there's a spot for them to sit, and then another belt that goes around them, and you can tighten it up. And there's also a little pocket for stuff and a little clip to hold their soother on it. It's really nice, and like I said, I will put it in the description below. And honestly, my daughter wants to sit on my lap when we're out and about in public anyways, and I don't even need the LapBaby anymore because my daughter has impeccable core strength now. You're setting your kids up for really strong cores, so good job. Also, another tip that I have for when your baby is a newborn, personally for me, it was much easier to have a bedside bassinet, specifically the Halo, because it can swivel over top of your bed and your baby is sleeping safely right beside you. Personally, that was my thing because honestly, I wanted to sleep when I could. So getting up into my wheelchair, transferring in and out of bed just to go to her crib wasn't really a thing for me. Also, another thing to make life easier, if you pump or whatever, you have extra milk and you need to bag it, get a mini fridge and put it on your bedside table. It is so much easier because you can put, if you want to put your breast milk in there, or let's say you're feeding your baby formula and it's good for 2 hours, I think, if they don't drink it. And if you make it because you know they're gonna wake up soon, put it in that fridge. It is so much easier. And another thing, have a trolley set up for postpartum. Have like the bottom one for all of your stuff and the middle. Like, this goes for everybody. Able-bodied people do this as well. This might be like the most common thing, but just have everything in your trolley beside your bed. It will make life so much easier. You're not gonna have to transfer in and out of bed constantly to grab things. Put your snacks in there, your drinks in there, tin of formula in there, your formula feeding, the diapers, wipes, literally everything. It is awesome. So I used to get these comments where it's like, what are you gonna do when your daughter can walk or run? You're not gonna be able to keep up with her. Well, just because you're in a wheelchair doesn't mean that you're not gonna be able to keep up with your toddler. So don't let those type of comments make you feel a certain way, because they have literally no idea. You know, your arms or your legs, it's literally no different. You get used to it, you adapt, you will figure it out. Don't let my positivity fool you. When I was pregnant and even postpartum, I had these thoughts of like, well, it would be so much easier if I could just walk and just like get up and just pick her up, or like, you know, like there's gonna be down days and there's gonna be days where you're gonna wish that you weren't in a wheelchair or disabled. There's always gonna be down days. And with that being said, don't let other people's comments get to you. As it is for every parent, it will be hard for the first little while until you adapt, but that's every parent. And now that my daughter is completely mobile, she can walk around, she's almost 2, she wants to push my wheelchair. The thoughts that I had freshly postpartum, the negative thoughts that I had about myself, they went away for the most part. I mean, like, her pushing me makes those thoughts go away. Basically, I mean, I can do everything that a normal parent can do. Is your kid loved, fed, clothed? You're doing everything that an able-bodied parent would do. There's another thing that comes with being a disabled parent. Early on, your child is going to learn empathy and learn to be very kind to everyone around them. That is one thing that our children have that some kids may not, you know, like their empathy will just be learnt from a really young age. I've noticed that my daughter is very empathetic and she's only almost 2. My friend attached a hitch to his wheelchair and pulled his grandkids around in one of those like children bike carrier things. So really anything is possible. It requires a little more creativity, but I mean, I think as a wheelchair user we all have that strength. We all have to think creatively and figure out a way. And yeah, so that is my video for now. If you want a part 2 of tips or just my motherhood journey so far, let me know. If you have any questions, let me know. I will answer them and I will make more videos. So thank you.